So, as I said, welcome. My name is Kimberly Boyd. I'm the Director of Marketing here at DSD, and I have the pleasure of being your host today, which means that I manage all of the chat or organizer features of this webinar. So, if you have any questions or want to interact with me or the marketing team here at DSD, please feel free to use that area of this webinar environment or reply to any of the emails that you've seen before this and got you here today. So with that, I also have with us Jim Woodhead, who is our resident Sage Partner Cloud expert and of course our principal Sage consultant for the 100 product line. So really happy to have Jim here. He has decades of experience and is just a wealth of knowledge on this topic. And he's been a part of every single SPC implementation. So his depth is vast and we're really excited to have him go through the content we have today as well. So in our agenda, we're in the welcome at this moment. Jim's going to go ahead and walk us through what Sage Partner Cloud is and the reasons that 100 users are moving. And then go through a few frequently asked questions that we get, and then an actual live example demo of the product, which has all the things that you want to see, basically. And then after that, questions, we will have hopefully some time to address them at the end here. So please, again, feel free to interact with us via the webinar environment. We definitely want to make this impactful and as valuable as possible for you today. With that, I'll give you the floor, Jim.
Great, thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to talk about our Sage Partner Cloud, as Kimberly said. So let me go ahead and go to our first slide here. We've been doing Sage 100, Mass 90 through a long time. We got started back in the 80s, and we've done about 9,500 businesses. We do a lot of custom enhancements. We have 5,500 custom enhancements, 50 offices across the country, and actually in Canada too. And we are well certified across the Sage channel, and we love our Sage 100. So we do have the most migrations over to Sage Partner Cloud. We've been working with the program ever since it was a beta back in 2021, and we have over 100 installations, migrations over, and a lot of those are customers newer. The ones that have been on there have we've been doing upgrades to them, and they are really happy with the product. So why does cloud matter? Well, cloud has been around obviously for a while, and Sage wanted to put together a program that allows their customers to be on the cloud. And why would you want to be on the cloud? Well, the cloud helps with information. It allows us to group information together and to bring to share data across multiple things. We've all been through the ages where we had the server on site, on-prem. A lot of customers have that still. But what the cloud does, it allows us to bring that server and put it into a secure structure that people can access and get into. And we'll talk about some more of those later. It protects the data and allows us to put that data out there so it's protected from people getting into it, losing it, that type of thing. It also can reduce your IT costs. You don't have to worry about a server anymore, and optimizes that. It prevents disruptions. These servers are on Azure, the Azure network, which is up all the time, and it works really well. And it also allows you to adapt to regulations if you have those type of things. So moving on. So that's going to go through a cloud overview. So the cloud is a way that we optimize and we allow you to control your costs. So it allows us to put your server and take your existing Sage 100 and put it into an Azure server, which is the server system that Microsoft has built through the years. Very great structure that has a lot of redundancy and allows it to work. We enable you to get into the system, and we allow Sage to be hosted, and we also allow you to run ISVs on there. So if you have your Sage system and you want to run customized in any way, shape, or form, we support most of the different customizations out there. So benefits, it's very flexible. It allows you to, it allows us to be able to use your Mass 90 or your Sage 100 out there. It gives you some time savings from a standpoint of automates the cloud and automates the less disruptions. The security for it, we can protect it through the Azure security, and it's very cost effective. So add-ons, we talked about that earlier, but we support most of the add-ons that are out there in the channel, the ISVs, some of the more popular ones, SimCloud, ScanForce, Mapadoc, Quadrant, Sage Intelligence, Starship, and Endpoint. Those are all ones that we've tested on there. Also, most of the credit card processing ones will work too. So they will work right inside the system. Avatax, all those. So the system allows you to be able to run these third-party apps and ISVs in your system. So what are the 5 reasons why people are moving over? So the number one reason is when you're on Sage Partner Cloud, you can work from anywhere. You don't need to set up any special VPNs or anything to get into it. It's a encrypted network that you log in through your internet browser into the system, and allows you to get into the system from whatever computer you're on. It also allows staff to work from home. If you want to travel or during emergencies, the server's up on the Azure, and if you can get internet service, you can get into your data. It's really good for multi-locational operations. So if you have a company that has multiple locations, warehouses, that type of thing, we can put your Sage 100 in the cloud and everybody can get to it. And that's been something that has really helped a lot of our customers. Also, like I said, you just need to have an internet connection, and it uses Sage ID, which is the Sage gateway, and it allows you to log in with your username and password, and it will do a multi-factor authentication, or MFA for short, confirm who you are. It'll either use the Microsoft or Google authenticators, or if you want to have a text or even a phone call, it can phone call and give you the authorization to get in. Now you can save that for 30 days, so if you don't want to do that every time, it will allow you to save it and remember your device. But it's really nice to be able to access it from anywhere. The second reason is no more server maintenance. By us moving your Sage 100 into the cloud, if you will, we're taking care of that server. So you don't have to worry about aging servers or running out of disk space. We're managing that part of the server for you. And so we take care of the server. We run updates on it every month. We'll run any critical updates or anything related to the server. If you need more space, we can expand the space, expand memory. Also, it eliminates any surprise costs. So a lot of times we're going into systems and you'll be on an outdated server and you'll need to get a new server. With the Sage Partner Cloud, we're doing that every time you update or you upgrade. So when you upgrade, we will put it on a new server, transfer all the data over, and if you ever have a problem with some type of hardware, we have that system. We have a recovery capability to be able to bring that back from failure. System updates, I mentioned that earlier. We run updates once a month. We make sure the latest antivirus, malware are up there, and we handle all that. Lastly, we save you the time and your IT budget. You know what that is, and you can manage that if you know exactly what those costs are going to be on a monthly basis. So, reason number 3, improve security and backups. This is one of the biggest areas I think that are problems with on-prem systems. Your server, if it crashes, do you have your backup running? Um, the other thing is in terms of malware, things getting into your systems. We don't run Outlook on the server, so it protects it, and there's a gap between your local network and the server. So that protects you a lot from the bad people getting into your system. Um, and we're running the antiviruses and the intrusion alerts on that. And Microsoft Azure was built around this idea, this protection of how it does it. Our backups are being run every night, so if something were to happen, we can go back to the system, a previous backup. These backups are geo-redundant. So what happens is when we back up the system, it backs it up in multiple locations. So if something were to happen to one site, we can go to a different site. Also, we can offer recovery plans. Some people need that SOX compliance to be able to spin up a new server. So if something were to happen, you have a disaster recovery system that we can spin up a new server and put the data back on your system. Supporting, SOX or HIPAA, those type of things. We support those different areas. So reason number 4, better performance and reliability. The server is a single server, and everybody runs on that one server. So we can expand the memory and expand the resources. So it's like you're running on client server, you're running on that server, and everything's on there. Because of that, we have fewer problems with data crashes and issues. When you have distributed networks, if things aren't being run on the server, you have data flying all across the network. By running it on this single server, everything is on that server, and it protects it, and allows it to work better. The database lives on the server, so if you need to get to the data, we can run reports. Everything's on the server, so you have the benefit of having everything on there. We tune the system for the number of users that you have. So if you have 10 people on the system, we can tune it so that everybody has their memory and everybody is doing everything at the fastest possible way. And you get a consistent access to the internet. So whether you're in the office or halfway across the country, the Azure system is super strong in regards to conductivity, and it easily handles access from across the country. Reason number 5, easier upgrades. Since we're managing that server, we make your upgrades much easier. We can do those overnight and take the data. What we do is when you're ready to do an upgrade, we will replicate your existing server. We'll bring everything over from the one server to the other. We'll log in the next day. We can do some testing to make sure the balance is all set, and you can go live the next day. We're going to be the one helping you with that. So if you have any issues with it, we can log in and we can access the server and get into it. We don't have to worry about going through a third-party IT, that type of thing. As I mentioned, we do support a lot of the most of the ISVs and we make sure that those are tested along the system. So if you have any compatibility issues, we're working to make sure that those are tested. And as I mentioned earlier, there's no more waiting for IT to coordinate. We have access into the system, and we can do things after hours and during the planned maintenance. So those are our 5 main reasons why we really love the Partner Cloud and why our customers are moving over. So a couple of success stories. One of these are a company in the East that is expanding from a standpoint. They were a small salt company, and they got purchased by a larger company, and they wanted to expand and get multiple salt companies working together. And we were able to deploy Sage in the Partner Cloud and move their existing Sage from their on-prem system onto the server. And now they have 5 or 6 different operations, and they all share the same Sage 100. So the CFO said to us, "Hey, now I can focus on the strategy. I don't need to focus on how we're going to be building all these different computers, the infrastructure. So I think we've saved them a lot of time and be able to really get an economy working together. Another success story is a local company, actually a company I worked with 35 years ago. We brought them up on Sage on Mass 90 back in the day, and they've continued to use Sage, and they had a computer locally here. They're now they work across the country, and CDP Small Business is using the Sage Partner Cloud, Sage 100, and it just allows them to get into it. They were running on a server, and they were accessing it across the country, and it was very slow. We were able to move them onto the Partner Cloud and really speed up their operation. Another success story is a company in the Midwest that had a horrible malware incident, and their server got corrupted and took them down, and we were able to bring their system up from their old system and move them into the partner cloud, and now they have that protection, and they know they're not going to have the same issues that they had in the past with the malware, that it's all saved and they can access it and get into the data. So they're super happy with it. So some questions that we have about SPC that we get commonly asked. One, will data get backed up? Well, what we do with our Sage 100 Partner Cloud is we run the Azure backup system, and it's automated backup, and it runs every night around midnight or so on your time zone, and we are saving 7 days worth. So every night it backs up, and then it also saves those weekly. So at the end of each week, it saves each week for 5 weeks, and then each month it saves 3 months worth, and then we have an annual backup that's saved. So if we were to go in the system, we have 45 backups that we could go to based upon the different time zones or the different timing of when the backups are done. So the way the system gets backed up is it takes an image of it. So if you ever needed to go to a backup, we can mount that previous image up as a separate drive, and we can pull different pieces of information back. So that helps out if you have problems with a certain area. If we need to reload certain data, we can bring it back to a certain point in time. So that works really well. And the Azure system is automated, and we are testing the automation all the time, but that is something that can be relied upon. So will data be more or less secure in SPC? So a lot of people when the cloud was coming out, people said, oh my gosh, our data is going to be cloud, everybody has access to. Well, that's not the case. These servers are, each company has their own server. So, and the only people that can access it are your company and the people, the DSD people that run that server. So it is behind a cloud, behind a wall, so people cannot get into it. It's not open to the general public. A lot of times, with servers locally, a server can be stolen. We've had servers stolen, and that's not going to happen in this scenario. Obviously, there's no real server to steal, but it's protected in that regards. So how do I access my Sage? So the way Sage Partner Cloud works is we go through the Sage ID Partner Gateway, and you will log into it, and you can log into it either any type of computer. You can log onto it from a regular computer. We also support running from a Mac or any type of, if you can get to a browser, and you can get to it from an iPad, an iPhone, although it's not really supported and doesn't work very well on an iPhone just because the screen is not big enough. We have different applications to allow for that. But from a PC standpoint, you can run it from any any browser. Now, we recommend that you run it from the Microsoft Edge browser. That gives the best performance, and it allows you to have it in a published app format. And what I mean by that is that it looks like it's running on your computer. So when you start it, you see all the icons on the bottom of your screen. You can see general ledger, you can see sales order, AR, cash receipts, reports. You see those as icons on the bottom of your screen, so you can get into them. But you can go out now. We show you how to add an icon to your computer, and I'll demonstrate that in a second. That you click an icon, opens up, asks you to log in, and it gets in. But once it's running on your computer, you have the look and feel of it. And by running in the Microsoft Edge mode, it also can see your local computer. So you can actually pull files in from your local system very easily, and it can read that and see that. Okay, so how do I test the conductivity? Well, obviously, since it isn't on your on-prem, it isn't in your network, it does rely some on your internet speed. Now, luckily, internet speed has really improved over the years, and most people have very fast internet or have a capability to get to it. Everybody wants to be able to run their browsers or YouTube or their different things out there. So the internet continues to speed up. And there's a lot of ways to access it, whether through your cable or Starlink or all the different types of capabilities to get out there. But if you wanted to test it, there is a spot out there called Cloud Ping Test, Azure. And if you reach out to us, we can give you this, or you can write this down. The cloudpingtest.com Azure. And what this does is this runs a program that pings on the different servers. And you'll see the different servers. Now, our two farms, if you will, are US West 2 and East US. So those are our two cloud farms that we have it in. So those would be the numbers you care about. Obviously, there's server farms all over the world. So we do have a couple customers that run it in Europe back to ours. Those are a little slower, but anybody in the U.S. or Caribbean or the Canada, Mexico area, we don't have any issues with speed. So that's the ping test. So what happens if I need more users or more resources? Well, the way we sell the Sage 100 Partner Cloud is based upon your concurrent licenses. So we build the machine for how many people you're going to get in. So if you have 10 users, but you only have a 5-user license, you can put all 10 users in there, but only 5 can get in at one time. So we'll tune that. If you need to have more users, you just have to reach out to us, and we can increase. We can sell you more concurrent licenses, and just that works just like it does now. We can go in and put the new key in. If we need to expand the server, we can expand it. If you need more hard disk space, or we're running out of memory or CPU, we can always expand that also. So we have the capability to do all of that different stuff. So how can SPC be part of your strategy? Well, it just allows you to adapt and grow your business and not have to worry about your servers, and it gives you the flexibility and agility, if you will, to work on your business and not worry about your cloud system. So with that, I want to do a little demo. We have around 5 minutes left, so I'm going to be quick on this, but let me go out here and show you. So we'll add an icon onto your system. You'll click on that icon, and that will pop you out and log you in. Now, I'm already logged in here, so I've logged in, but if I hadn't, it would ask me for my email and my user password. It's going to pop up, and it's going to bring up this menu. Now I'm going to go ahead and go out to our sandbox here, and you're presented with your different icons, your Sage 100, your data drive. If you need to have a virtual desktop, we can provide that also, but you click on your Sage 100, and that opens it up. This is probably the slowest part of it. When it starts up, it has to go out. It asks you a couple prompts. You can check these so you don't have these popping up. but it starts up, and what it's doing right now behind the scenes is it's actually logging into the computer. So if I were to look at it, you don't see this, but you can see that it's logging into the computer. So that's why it said, hey, why is it taking so long? Well, it's doing all that login stuff that you would normally do, but it's not showing that. So it pops up with your screen, and it's going to pop up here with a menu after it generates it, and you're going to see it pop up here on the screen. So here's your Sage 100. Looks like I'm running it on my computer, but it's actually running in the cloud. So I can go into my general ledger. I can go to all my different things come up. Account maintenance pops up. I do my lookups. I do my lookups here. If you want to go out to Excel, we do support Excel, but you need to have an Office 365 license for that. And we can help you with that. You need to have a business premium or E3 license, and you log in, you can do that. We also support OneDrive if you need to have that. But you can go into, like I said, you can go to your Sage and see your different transactions, and it's very fast, drilling down around. I don't need to demo too much of Sage 100. You guys understand how Sage works, and so you have all the stuff that you currently have will come over. We'll bring that over. Supports paperless Office. We have a couple of speed tools to help with printing if you ever have printing slowness. Um, so I think that pretty much is what I wanted to do today, was give you a quick little demo of it. Um, Kim, do we have any questions? We have a couple minutes left.
Not just yet, but yeah, that was quick. I think attendees let us know if you do have any questions. Happy to address them. But it really is that simple as well. I'll say it's it looks and feels just like launching Sage 100, just with that little piece at the start where you remote in. Is that a fair term, or what would you call it,
Yeah,
Jim?
it's you log into the system. If you guys want to have a personal demo or whatever, reach out to your account manager. We'll work with you. We'll go through our discovery questions and make sure you're all set from that, and we can do a demo for it to go through the system and show you how to get in. And we have a lot of happy customers that like it, and they feel really secure, and um, they like the partner cloud.
Exactly. Yeah, I think one of the best parts is we've gotten claps from some in the audience as well. So thanks for that. Yeah, I think that it is truly as simple as that. As Jim said, feel free to reach out to your favorite consultant or an account manager. As a registered attendee of this webinar, we will also be reaching out to get your thoughts. But it's just that simple, and we're really excited for all of the growth that we've seen with this product for our Sage 100 clients. And you can have the nuts and bolts of your current product, but with that convenience of the cloud. So if we have no questions, I want to take up our whole time, but we did get one. So Lauren asks, how much is your migration usually cost?
We usually, the migration, we usually roll it into an upgrade. So what happens is we provide the migration along with an upgrade. So it's going to be your standard cost to do the upgrade, and we migrate that at the same time. So it's just like moving on to a different server, and we can provide plans for automatic updates every 2 or 3 years for that also. So we'll put together a price for you. Working with your account manager, we can give you all the information that you need.
Yeah, great question, Lauren. The pricing is the one that is very dependent on your environment, how many ISVs, all that good stuff. So happy to discuss, right, Jim?
Yeah,
It's not as
give us a
straightforward.
call and let us. We can put together a price. We'll give you a hosting price for what it is, and take care of it.
Great. Thanks for your question, Lauren. And yeah, attendees, we've hit the top of our time today, so I want to be mindful of that. Thank you all so much for engagement and sitting with us to just let us brag about all the good things that we have going on for the Sage 100 group here. So thank you so much, Jim.
Have a
Great.
great day.
And